Came out in late 2022. And I'm going to be showing off the glitched version of the run today. We are doing the no credits warp category, which means I do have to defeat the final boss. But other than that, we can do a lot of cool stuff with this game. This game is played on a downpatched version. I'm playing on version 104. And I'm really looking forward to showing off some of the cool glitches in this run. And to help me, I have some amazing couch commentators. Would you like to go ahead and introduce yourselves?
I'm lmmotoss.
I'm puwexil.
And I'm flannelkat.
All right, and I just want to say thank you all of you for being here. This is my first GDQ run, and I'm really excited to show off this game that is honestly one of the best RPGs that I have played in a very long time.
You are all in for a treat. This is a really, really cool run.
I appreciate especially, motoss and Kat are really good kind of marathon friends of mine, and puwexil's runs have really inspired me over the years to get involved with speedrun marathons. And I convinced puwexil to be on my couch by telling him that if he squinted, this game was basically Chrono Trigger. So
he's not wrong.
But we'll go ahead and get started here in just a second. I just want to show off some of the options that I'm going to be using in the run. So this is kind of the game's difficulty settings. I'm going to go ahead and turn those down. So we're going to be playing mostly on the easiest difficulty in the game. But yeah, more on that in just a second. We're going to go ahead and get started here. And I really wanted to do this for a long time. So can I get some help with my countdown here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right.
That bedroom looks familiar.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a shout out to Chrono Trigger there right off the bat. And this is Glenn. Glenn is our main character. And Glenn is basically a sky pirate. And we are on a mission to sort of infiltrate and retrieve what is essentially a weapon of mass destruction. And we're immediately into some sky armor combat. This game has kind of 2 combat modes that we switch between during the runs. So this first section is a lot of tutorial combat. There's not a whole lot to say, so it's kind of a good time to sort of start laying out some of what is going on in the game. Now we're on the beach with our buddy Killian, and we're just sort of storming in here. Not too much to say about the combat at this point. It's fairly basic, and I'm playing on easy mode, so I'm kind of just doing the most efficient actions that I can. And one interesting thing about this game, you can't really tell right now because the encounters are all forced, but you can see everything on the map that you get into combat with generally. So it does have a lot of opportunities to sort of skip battles and route around the encounters that we don't need. And we don't need a lot of encounters in this run, so.
Yeah, and playing on easy mode minimizes enemy stats too, so they have least amount of health.
Yeah, I absolutely love this scene of the airship that we were just on a second ago crashing to the earth in the background. There's some incredible graphic work done in this game, and they really showed a mastery of kind of this art style, I would say, this pixel art style, and just really showing out in a lot of very cool ways. It should be worth noting that this game was basically made by one person, and I think to me that just makes it all the more incredible. All right, so we are running around here to the end of the prologue area. We're going to meet some of our mercenary friends that we were just hanging out with on the airship. And this is our introduction to kind of like the game's main mechanic for combat, which is the overdrive meter. You can kind of see it up in the top left corner there. And basically the way the overdrive meter works is for the first part of every battle, you're heating up. That's sort of like the yellow zone. When you get into the green zone, that's kind of like your prime combat area. You want to spend as much time in the green zone as you can because your abilities cost less. But if you get into the red zone, that is danger zone time because your abilities end up costing double and you take additional damage from whatever you are fighting against. So.
Yeah, and the game will forecast. You can see the little green arrow. That's how you know where your overdrive is going to be with the selected move. And also, shout-outs to the loading platypus.
Yes, we do actually have a meme in the community because there are some cool things that you can do to sort of double skip cutscenes in this game, but you only are able to do so under the golden rule of chained echoes, which is respect the platypus. So always make sure to respect the platypus if you are playing chained echoes. All right, so that is the first prologue sequence. That is the only part of the game that I'm going to be playing straight up because we are about to get into the sort of second prologue here. We meet two more of our protagonists. This is Len and Rob, and they are in the city of Farnsport. We're going to spend a fair amount of time here during the run. And they've sort of self-appointed themselves as the City Watch, and there's kind of like a big festival going on in town right now, so they are going to be, they saw someone suspicious, so they're going to go check them out. But this is where I'm going to go ahead and start doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and set everything up so that I die to this first encounter right here. So it's going to be very unfortunate. We're going to also spend a lot of time game overing in this run, and I do need total silence for this part. This is I can only do this via audio cue, so I'm going to focus here. I'm a little off. I'm not totally sure what happened there. I might need to actually redo this. Hold on. Okay, I'm still moving, so that's good. I might have to kind of redo this, so just a second here. Probably hear my footsteps. All right. Oh gosh, that was a seagull. Not sure what happened there. I just need to hit a zone at some point here. There we go. Okay, I'm good. That took a little longer. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick save and load here because I was kind of out of bounds there. You'll notice stuff is not right because the game over menu is up. But what I've actually done, I have unlocked fast travel, which you are not supposed to be able to do until you finish all of the prologues. And I'm just going to go ahead and head back out there because I don't want to do the prologues at this point. I want to go ahead and do other stuff. So, and this is our friend Tak the Yak.
Tak the Yak. Good people.
Shout outs to Tak the Yak. Very, very instrumental in this speed run. So, all right. Now I can do the glitching a lot easier because I have access to fast travel. So. Yeah, you can kind of hear it in the background there.
The first time Blaze did it, he had to kind of play the game blind, effectively, through the game over screen, but it's just that first time.
Yep. So now I'm essentially out of bounds, and I'm going to be running through these first couple areas. I am not supposed to be able to get past this screen at this point, and I'm definitely not even supposed to be doing any of this right now. I'm going to be running up here, and you can see I'm just kind of running through walls. I'm definitely doing stuff I'm not supposed to be doing. These are a bunch of endgame crafting materials that you get like way at the end of the run, or end of the game normally. And this is what's called the Soul of Farnus. I'm going to be getting 2 of those during the run, and those are for upgrading the game's ultimate weapon. So there are some rules to this out-of-bounds state that I need to be very respectful of. The first is I cannot get into any encounters because combat will reset the out-of-bounds state, and I will essentially have to kind of like redo whatever run I'm on. It won't like game over me or anything, but I'll have to like go back, get out of bounds again, and finish what I was doing. So.
You sure it won't game over you? It says it right there.
I mean, we'll see. I hope not. But the reason I'm doing this particular run right now is I'm tired of just kind of being on foot. I forgot the item I needed right here. I need that guy's key. But I'm about to get the airship. And when you play the game casually, you do not get the airship until halfway through chapter or act 2. And we're just going to go ahead and get it here about 5 or 6 minutes into the run, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the whole point of this glitch and 2 other glitches that we'll see later in the run is basically so Blaze can get all of the end game items and get the game into a state where you can actually go fight the final boss. Yep. Also notice the City Watch quest. That's the real boss of this run.
We'll be working on that the entire run.
Yep. And now I'm actually at the beginning of Act 2, which is where the game normally will give you the sky armor permanently. So when I have that, it gives me access to another speed glitch. But yeah, I now have access to the airship and the sky armor. This is very good for my movement. I'm going to go ahead and set up the next glitch here. I'm going to save in these 2 files here. And then I'm going to fight this boss. This is not a boss that you were supposed to fight on foot. It is a Sky Armor boss, and yeah, Sky Armors have a lot more hit points than regular
Casual
characters.
10k damage.
Yep. And now I'm going to set up a speed glitch. This is called the Sky Armor Speed Swap. I'm going to go ahead and hit retry battle here, and then I'm going to go ahead and respawn like I did a second ago. But now I'm going to go ahead and get into that Sky Armor that I have, and I'm going to open the fast travel menu and quickly move to the right. And that gets me back on foot, and now I'm running around with Sky Armor speed, as long as I don't complete a Sky Armor fight, so.
And a giant shadow as well.
Yeah, I love that shadow.
All right, and I'm out of bounds again, because I need to go do other stuff. One nice thing, you can actually just kind of get in the airship while you're out of bounds and do that, so. I'm going to go back to that town I was just in, but this time I'm going to go ahead and get one of those ultimate weapons that I need to sort of finish the game. So we've kind of gotten step 1 complete, which is I need my travel options and my speed. And now I'm going to start accumulating the things that I actually need to actually beat the game. So I kind of just run through a wall here because this is a pretty advanced fight that I don't want to do, but if I run through the wall at the correct angle, it puts me in the post-battle cutscene. And at the end of this cutscene, I will get the Rusty Bow weapon, which is Rob's ultimate weapon.
It doesn't sound very ultimate.
Not yet. We have to upgrade it. There's
Oh, hey, we finished a side quest.
yeah, that I never had, but it's okay. Yeah, just go with it. We are definitely not doing things in anything even remotely the intended way. So
And now we're kind of Glenn, but we're not Glenn.
yeah,
Ribbit.
yeah. The game just sort of does what it thinks is best. Now we're Len again. I'm still out of bounds and I'm back in the starting area. I'm going to be kind of backtracking here to finish a required tutorial that the game makes you do in order to get access to what's called the reward board. We'll talk about the reward board a little bit more in a second, but I think this would be a good time for a couple of announcements from the host while I finish these 3 mandatory tutorials.
Yeah, you've got it. We've got $25 from OTP. They say another GDQ, another donation. I love turtles, so this donation goes to seeing some turtles race in Chained Echoes. Thank you so much for meeting that donation with us.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for meeting that incentive already. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be doing that about 20 minutes into the run.
We've also got $10 from Anchor. They say, happy that Moon is able to show off the speedrun Chained Echoes, a game that has reinvigorated my love for RPGs and brought me out of a multiple-year speedrunning hiatus. Please put this towards the Turtle Race incentive for Chained Echoes.
Great, thank you. I think we have time for one more.
You got it. How about this $200 donation from Bahamut X? Yeah. Woo! They say, Blaze, I'm so happy for you. You've worked so hard to get to this moment. Good luck on your run, my friend.
Thank you very much, Bahamut. I also do want to give a quick shout out to Anchor, who was one of the donators in there. Anchor basically found all of the glitches that I'm doing in this run, so. All right, so we're about to get the reward board. The reward board is the game's, it has a couple different purposes, but we're going to be using it to get a lot of skill points, and as well as a couple items that I will need to actually finish the run. So. But before I do that, I think it is about time that I actually just go ahead and run to the end of the game, because the way the map tiles are sort of put together in this game, they're all more or less connected. If anybody's ever watched like an Earthbound speedrun before, it's very, very similar to that. Not necessarily in the exact same way that Earthbound does it, but I can sort of step out of the starting area and I can follow all the way to the end of the game. So that's what I'm going to be kind of doing here for a little bit. I'm also going to be picking up some items that I need mostly to do an infinite money glitch in about a minute here.
I like how the game knows, too. It says you're doing last preparations. I mean, you're preparing to beat the game. So.
Yeah, I'm doing last preparations to finish the tutorial, but we're not really going to get past that point, which is fine. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the infinite money glitch here. This was actually discovered by a casual player, so it was not discovered by the speedrun community, but we definitely take advantage of it in the run. And what I'm going to do, I equipped that RAM item before, and basically when you have a RAM item equipped and you sell it, for whatever reason, The game lets you just sort of keep selling over and over and over again. So I'm just selling up to the amount of money I need to finish the run, which is about 75,000 arc. And then I'm going to go ahead and also just buy this rusty greatsword, because I think it's going to look really nice over my mantle in a little bit.
And Blaze is being a little modest here because this entire time during this out of bounds movement, he's dodging all sorts of cutscene triggers and other things that would lose a lot of time.
This is the gate to the game's final area. Normally you have to complete a certain amount of the story in order to get in there, but I can just kind of run behind the gate and hit the zone there. So now we are in the city of Nysa, which is the kind of like the final area of the game. And I'm going to be running around. This is a very, very dangerous area, needless to say. But it also has incredibly good items, and I'm going to be picking up certain items that I need to actually finish the run. It is a combination of sky armor equipment and like regular character equipment. So just kind of like a variety of weapons and armor here for my final party.
Yeah, that's another thing to mention. Some of the bosses in this game are designed to be fought with the sky armor, which is going to come up a little later.
Yep.
Yeah, we
Are you trying to imply that I'm not going to necessarily do things in the way the game intends?
This is totally intended.
Yeah.
Never. I do want to point out that the shopkeeper that gave us 75,000 arc was just a tiny mouse.
Yeah, that mouse
My
is pretty
favorite
great.
shopkeeper.
I think rodents has been a theme of this GDQ.
This next screen coming up is probably the scariest one of this whole run, so I need to be a little bit careful here. There is a pack of enemies, and I need this chest that is right above them. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because again, if he gets into an encounter, that will make him lose his out-of-bounds state, and he'll have to invest some time into setting it up again.
Yeah, I'll have to run all the way back here, and I really don't want to do that, so... Yeah, we're good now. No more scary moments. There's a boss here that I'm going to just run around, because I don't want to fight him. So this looks a little weird. Definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. And now I'm in kind of like the actual ruins of the academy. And that little book that I just read on the table told me where the blacksmith is that can craft the ultimate weapons. So that was a required little pit stop there. But really at this point now I'm just kind of running to the game's final checkpoint. And there's also a merchant there that sells some really nice stuff, so that is helpful.
And I believe if you were not doing a no credits warp run, you'd be able to just go finish the game at this point.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Yep. So I'm going to do a little bit of shopping here. I'm going to get some weapons for my core characters, as well as some armor for everybody. And I'm going to get some consumables just as sort of safety items as well. And that takes care of everything I need to here, so I'm just going to go ahead back. I did have to come back in bounds to actually tag the crystals, so of course I don't really want that, so we're just going to go ahead and pay a visit to our friend Tak again.
Tak the yak.
Shoutouts to Tak.
Would you consider Len or Tak the true MVP of this run?
Oh, it's Tak, no question.
It's definitely Tak.
Tak. We love Tak.
Yeah, Tak is very helpful. So I'm back out of bounds again. I'm going to go ahead and finish the little bit of preparation I need to craft the game's final weapons. I'm going to go ahead and fly up here to the city of Tormund, which is actually where Len is from. It's very rainy here. And I do need to make one quick stop over here because there is a item in this inn, a sacred water. And the sacred water is used to unlock trials for what are called class emblems in this game. And I'm going to be getting 2 of them during the run, so I need 2 sacred waters. And apparently I have adventured enough that they want to open their shop up to me, which is really nice because I need some of the crafting materials here. So I'm going to focus on my shopping for a second, make sure I buy the right stuff.
People could say your adventure has been boundless.
I mean, hey, if somebody waltzed into my shop riding an invisible sky armor, I'd work with them.
All right, so we got our shopping done there. I'm going to go ahead and visit the blacksmith since I unlocked that map location now. And we're going to go ahead and upgrade those 2 rusty weapons to their final form here. So that is a Panaka weapon for Rob and a Sin Eater for Killian. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do some upgrades with the materials that I have collected / bought. So I'm going to upgrade those 2 weapons twice. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade some armor items for my core characters as well. So we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of preparation here.
Big fan of plot armor being actual armor in this game
Such a fan
too.
of the name of it.
That is a great name for sure. All right, and then the last thing I have to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that ether killer crystal into the Panaka, which is going to give me 10% extra damage on the game's final boss, which is the it's like a racial weakness.
Yeah, a lot of the damage system, like a lot of the items that Blaze has gotten is to take advantage of the type and the elemental system in this game to like stack damage multipliers for all for the final boss.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Blaze just toggled the difficulty settings again too, because he's going to be doing some actual combat soon instead of game overing on purpose to get out of bounds.
Yep. We're going to go ahead and finish those tutorials now, and there's kind of two reasons that I need to do that. The first is each boss that I fight, or almost every boss that I fight in this run, is going to drop an item called a Grimoire Shard. The Grimoire Shards are how you level up in this game, and I need a certain amount of levels to get the skills that I need to actually defeat the final boss. And then the other thing is I kind of just need to finish the prologue so the game gives me the characters that I need permanently to finish it. So we're going to go ahead and work on that now. This is the Lens Prologue boss, which is a large sandworm. There's not going to be a whole lot to a lot of these encounters. I just kind of want them to go as fast as possible, so.
Yeah, because Blaze is very, very beefy at this point.
Yeah.
Like these are very early game bosses now that he's fighting with end game gear.
During that last round, Blaze also got the Hermes sandals, which is going to be a way to hopefully get good turn order later in the game.
Yeah, thank you for shouting that out. So I did take a brief detour there to get the Swift Sandals accessory. We'll be using that in just a second. But I'll explain that in a minute because it is actually time for the turtle races. Is everybody ready for some turtle races? All right. So the way this works, it's pretty fun. There's 4 turtles, there's 4 of us. So I think I'm going to be turtle 1. motoss, you can be turtle 2. puwexil, you can be turtle 3. And Kat, you can be turtle 4. Okay? Woo! So everybody enjoy the turtle races. Thank you again for the donations. May the best turtle win. I think the first one's gonna win. I'm biased.
I'm all in on 4
All right,
over
so
here.
let's go
Here we go.
3.
Turtle.
Come on, 3, you can do it.
Let's go 1.
Pump those feet.
Yeah.
Aww.
I wasn't looking. What happened?
I did cheat a little bit. Turtle 1 tends to always win first for whatever reason. The way we know this is you can actually talk to the turtles and they will tell you who's going to win. So in this case, if I did it again, Turtle 1 would win. But yeah, thank you again for the donations. Let's go ahead and continue the speed run here. I'm going to go ahead and talk to this helpful assistant who takes all of my money and directs me to the actual checkout person who asks me for money, which is what I don't have anymore. So that is our introduction to the thief character, who is named Sienna. Sienna is a fantastic character. This is time for another glitch here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a save, and then I'm going to go ahead and load that second save file I made a while ago. This is called Save Load Fly. I'm just going to go ahead and take off here. Just go with it. But I can use this to sort of gain elevation. I can't use this when I'm out of bounds, but it sort of gives me another out of bounds state essentially, because I can use the sky armor height in areas that I'm not supposed to be able to. And that allows me to run around things like random encounters and cutscene triggers.
I thought that was just an ability that all thieves have in this game.
You know, wouldn't that be cool? So I'm going to do that a handful of times here. Just again, basically to get around random encounters and make the paths a little bit
We
more
also
efficient.
became an honest thief too, because we skipped actually having to steal stuff that way.
Yeah, that is a little bit frustrating, honestly, because the whole reason we're in the sewers here is because Sienna was escaping the guards because she steals a bunch of stuff if you don't glitch through that. And in this case, Sienna did nothing. So that's kind of not fair, honestly. Mm-hmm. We meet Glenn and Killian again, and I'm going to go ahead and upgrade their gear. The movement on this map in particular is very specific, so I'm actually running some pretty tight lines right here. If I cross those rafts that are going around, bad things will happen. And this is the Krachan.
Yeah, I'm feeling hungry for seafood soup right about now, personally.
Fun little lore thing about this game. So this is the Krachan. It has some really neat, fancy eyelashes. And then there is an optional super boss later on called the Krakoon, who is the Krachan's brother. So very, very cool naming scheme there. But that gets me another Grimoire Shard. We are progressing through the prologues. We're back on Victor here. This is my favorite part of the whole visual glitch because I'm essentially at the banquet scene from Final Fantasy VI right here. And Victor is greeting all of the dignitaries from like 10 feet off the ground. It's pretty great.
I do appreciate how the game walks them up to where his sprite is and not where his shadow is.
Yep. I did choose the correct answers there because it will net me an accessory called the life thread. The life thread will give me plus 15 critical on the character that I put it on. It's not really required to complete the run, but it is like a little bit of a marathon safety that I'm going to go ahead and implement here.
For a very, very minor detour.
Yeah, it doesn't really take any time. And then, now we're Sienna. Now she's legitimately like using the height to her advantage there, so. This upcoming sequence is kind of like the final prologue fight sequence here. So we're skipping through a couple of cutscenes, and then when we get our party back together, you'll notice Glenn is in the lead. Glenn is going to be floating, and everybody else not so much. So they're going to need to play catch up a little bit here. But I'm just going to go ahead and not do that.
It cracks me up just how much your teammates are struggling to keep up with you too.
Yeah. Doesn't really affect everybody the same way, so. And now we've got this really cool part that it kind of reminds me of the tower in Chrono Trigger. I did this menu a little bit backwards. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my equipping, and I'm actually gonna do my first set of upgrades here as well for skills, so I'm gonna learn a few skills. When you learn skills in this game, this is sort of the progression menu here. You gain stat, but really what I want to do as early as possible is I want to choose abilities that I actually want for these characters, because the way the skill up system works, you will actually level up the abilities. The stats don't really level up beyond what you get right there, so they're less essential, I would say. All right, we're going to save load fly again. Because I don't really feel like climbing stairs. This isn't Final Fantasy VII. We're just going to do this instead.
See ya.
See ya.
Yep. And this is another boss. This is the Ultra Move system. Would one of you be willing to kind of talk about how the Ultra Move system works in this game?
Yeah, sure. So you essentially start every boss fight and shrine fight with the limit, what you would consider to be like a limit break, already full. It just gives it to you.
Yep. So keep that in mind, especially early on. That is very, very helpful. And that last sequence right there put me at the end of the prologues, but since I already got the reward board, I don't really need to finish them anymore. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and get the last character that we need to finish the run, which is Bathraz. And I have to set my party very specifically here. Otherwise, Bathraz will sort of, the game does not expect me to have all the characters at this point, so it would overwrite one of them with Bathraz, and I definitely do not want that to happen, so.
Yeah, and Bathraz is sort of going to be the support character both for buffing and debuffing, so we need him.
Yeah, but there's a couple cutscenes here that are a little annoying, so I'm just going to fly over here to the spot instead where all the money is and just grab it that way. When I run back to Bathraz, I don't actually hit any of the cutscenes, so.
The poor cartographer is still waiting for that tutorial to be completed.
He's going to be waiting for a while. But Bathraz joins us because we have money, and we're just going to go back out here, get on our airship, and we're going to go repay a visit to the Cortara Condor because I actually do need something from them now. So I do want to lose the fight again. This time it's because I want to retry it in the Sky Armor. And this is kind of like the Sky Armor tutorial boss. So this will be a fairly easy fight once I'm all geared up. It will take me out of the accelerated speed state, which is a little bit unfortunate. But other than that, we can get that back pretty quickly. This is sort of like the minimal impact time for that. I'm going to go ahead and get Bathraz ready to go for later because I'm in the menu anyway. So we're going to go ahead and learn, that is Sienna. We're going to learn some skills here for Bathraz.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get to use Sienna at all. Not at all?
Not really, yeah. Set skills. And I want to level up. I want to level up draw iron there. There we go. And then equip the Sky Armor because I got all this really cool Sky Armor stuff while I was in that end game area. And I think I'll go ahead and just use that instead of the beginner stuff. Seems good.
Doing a little more damage now.
The Sky Armor combat music is absolutely phenomenal, by the way. The composer of this game is Eddie Mariancro. I hope I said that okay. And it is truly one of the best video game soundtracks I have heard in a very long time. And as someone who speedruns RPGs, the music is so unbelievably important to me because you do a lot of long runs and you're going to be hearing the music of whatever game you play so much. So.
And Blaze has also not heard of the damage limit because that was 24,000 damage.
Yeah. The Condor did not expect that.
Especially after walloping you several times.
Yeah.
Recently, too.
Yeah, I got a little payback there. So unfortunately, because I finished that combat, which I did kind of need to do to get the Grimoire Shard there, we lost our speed. So I'm going to go ahead and get that back in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and pay a visit back to where the Condor was to pick up this guy. This is Bao. Bao is going to give me extra SP in my encounters that I'm going to do. And I do have to do a certain amount of grinding here in just a minute. It's not too bad by RPG standards, I promise, but that will make it more efficient. So, hi, Tak.
Tak the yak.
Attack the Yak. Doing what we need done best here.
Yep.
We lived through a hit this time, though.
Yeah, because I put it back on easy, but he still overmatches Len quite easily. I really just need to enable the speed glitch again here because I don't want to go out of bounds. So. One cool thing I will just point out about the glitches in this game is they're actually fairly easy to do. I am not a glitch. I don't do a lot of glitches in my speedruns typically. And this game makes it very easy on me, so that's nice.
Yeah, the only caveat is you need to be doing this older build of the game to I believe the full patched version has this all fixed.
Yeah, the glitches are patched out of the current patch, but we do have a pretty good guide for down patching if you're interested in this run. And I will also just add the glitchless category of this game is extremely, extremely fun in my opinion. So we're trying to get more people playing that as well.
What's going on? What
We can't hurt Tak.
What?
What the?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Tak. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
No.
2 days from retirement.
No!
Say goodbye to Tak forever, everybody.
Yeah, press
Rip.
F to pay respects to Tak.
Yeah. Tak. I needed Tak. Tak has an entry on the reward board. Oh, yeah, that was a building. Don't worry about
okay,
it.
just getting our Don Quixotes on.
Yeah. The sequence I'm going through right now is actually all about filling up the reward board because I need a chain of 8. We haven't looked at the reward board yet. I'll show it off here in just a minute because I'm going to need to go into it.
Tak's back.
Tak's back,
Yeah,
y'all.
don't worry, Tak is okay. We found a new Tak, everyone.
No,
So,
it's definitely the same Tak, probably.
I need to go to the Warrior Shrine now, so we're going that way. We're going this way, I should say. I need to be careful movement-wise again because there's a waterfall that if I get too close to it, the game is going to not be happy with me. So I'm going to give it a nice wide berth there. Okay, good. A couple of soft lock possibilities in this game, and I'm very wary of them because they're a little bit annoying. So
Yeah, this game does have a really nice autosave system, though.
yeah, it's not anything that I can't work around, but I would prefer not to have something like that happen if at all possible. So.
Hey, what's a slorse?
Those are slurs. So that got me the warrior emblem because you're supposed to get that fairly early on. So it's a pretty easy fight by my standards. I'm also going to tag this very important fast travel crystal because this is where I'm going to do my grind. Oh heck! Look at all those sparkle pigs.
yes.
Let's go.
Sparkle
Yes.
pigs.
Wow. All right. That'll be more important later. Let's check on my reward board. Good. I have my 8 chain, which is what I need to collect another sacred water and another grimoire shard. So I'm good there. And we just have a couple more bosses to kill for more Grimoire Shards, and then we will be able to kind of wrap things up here. So we're getting pretty close to the end game. I'm going to be doing this next boss. This is kind of the reverse of how you would do this if you're playing casually. We're going to a fight called the Dream Eater. And I'm just going to sort of sneak in the back because I don't want to go through the dungeon that he's the boss of. I'd rather just kind of go to the exit and go in that way. So. I want Bathra. Okay, that's the party I want. This is a very tricky boss to optimize because for every certain amount of HP you knock off of him, he does an interruption and kind of like a mini cutscene in the battle. So what I'm hoping to do here is I want to defeat him with Bathraz's Ultra, and this is looking like a pretty good setup turn order wise, so hopefully I'll be able to do so. I did
This really sick sprite work too.
Oh, the sprites in this game are so good, yeah. So hopefully Bathraz will be able to one-shot here. We'll see in a minute. Also, Bathraz has a big gun. It's kind of cool.
Also visually, notice like all the swords sticking out of this boss. That's like I don't know if that's a motif or what, but it's cool.
Yeah. And that was the optimal boss fight, so that was really good.
Nice.
It doesn't get any faster than that, so. Thank you. That particular boss I've worked really hard on optimizing because it is frankly very annoying the way, if you just kind of chip at it, it goes fairly slow, so.
Yeah, notice that was the boss, and Blaze only got 7 SP, and that Sparkle Pig fight with the 2 Sparkle Pigs gave 18 SP earlier.
Yeah, there is definitely a reason why we grind off of that specific spot. This is the second emblem that we're going to get in the run, by the way. This is the monk emblem. This one is a little more of like a marathon safety. It's not really required to finish the run, but it makes it so much easier because in addition to abilities, the emblems will also give you very hefty stat ups. So we're going to go ahead and put this on Bathraz. It's going to give him plus 50% hit points, which is a lot, obviously. So, and then we really just have one more boss fight down here in the Flower Fields of Perpetua. I have to kind of run out and run back into the boss cutscene here.
I love this boss. It looks so
Because
cool.
there's some randomness with where you load into this screen, right?
It's one or the other. I haven't quite figured out. Ideally, you want to just load into the cutscene here, but sometimes it doesn't let you, and you have to skip a cutscene and then walk back into the pre-fight cutscene. So
No, just bug angel, nothing to see here, folks.
perfectly normal RPG things. So Rob has an ability now because of the warrior emblem called Power Swing, which is an AoE, and that is very, very, very good. We like AoEs, so yeah, that boss is done. That is the last Grimoire shard that we need to finish the run, so now I'm going to go ahead and start the grind. I need about 150 SP, and in order to get that, I'm going to go ahead and get my party squared away here. I want to use Killian and Bathraz, and I'm also going to go ahead and collect all this random SP off the reward board. Anything with a red dot has SP associated with it, and that will help me get the skills that I need. And I also need to actually learn the last of the skills that I need because that way... okay, the game doesn't like the fact that I have Killian right now, so it's okay. It just took me a second to confirm that I was on the right screen there. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and finish getting my stats here. I'm going to go ahead and start my grind.
Yeah, and he's waiting until now to do the grinding just because he has the skills he wants to level up from the grind.
Yep, you need to learn the skills before you grind, otherwise they will not get any SP. And so that is a very important sort of sequencing to the run.
Yeah.
The really important abilities I need here, and we'll talk about this a little bit more before the final boss fight, but the final boss fight is very dependent on elemental damage. So Rob is going to get water attack and also a charging ability, which will sort of give him a ton of extra damage as well.
And doing all that menuing without the game over options overlaid on top of it looked like easy mode.
And I'm going to be counting to 150 here, so I'm going to be focused on that. And Kyle, you have multiple minutes for donations here while I'm doing this, so...
Well, I think we can absolutely fill it out with all this love that's coming in, including $25 from Ferric Fox, who says, such a fun retro-style JRPG and a great runner showing it off. Lots of well-deserved hype for this game. Now, how do we get good boy Cress a sky armor suit of his own?
Oh, thank you, Ferric. Love you.
We've got $250 from Bursic Badger, who says, Blaze, you're an incredible guy, and it's so awesome to finally see you up on the big stage. You mean so much to communities you've helped create and grow, and we're all rooting for you up there. Don't overheat.
The sparkle luck has been bad here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for sparkle pigs here. If you see a sparkle pig and you're watching, feel free to emote or chat or like you react accordingly in the crowd. So
Yeah, I mean, think of these like metal slimes in Dragon Quest as far as what they mean for the run.
Yep.
A little bit of tech he's doing too is if his first fight after loading has no sparkle pigs, he's going to run away just to get another shot at sparkle pigs.
Yeah, it's a little faster and more optimal that way. And we're about halfway done now, Kyle. So you can keep going.
You got it. We've got $250 from Arc Hyrule, They say, I've been working on this game for over 7 years, and you complete it in under an hour? How do I feel? Very proud.
Oh my
Thanks
gosh.
for running.
I mentioned earlier, THEKyleThomas is the one person who made this game, essentially. So thank you so much for making this wonderful, beautiful game. And I would love it if we could get a round of applause for THEKyleThomas.
We've got $25 from D13 Michael, who says, shout out to the British metalcore band Zilf, who are indie devs themselves. Check out Parish. We came up with the idea for the song and pitched the idea to them, and the next day they went to the studio and recorded it after writing the lyrics and notes just for the game.
Love it. That song had lyrics?
Probably turtle related. We got $50 from Frost Caramew, who says, best of luck, moonblazewolf. Excited for this run and chugging energy drinks to watch it. Also, trans rights are human rights. Less than 3.
Hell yeah.
Biff the Moose gives $50 and says, good luck with your run, Blaze. Chain those echoes. And $20 from Tillerin, who says, wishing moonblazewolf all the luck on his Chained Echoes run. Keep that coffee handy and have fun.
Yeah. I believe you said it's about maybe a 1 minute difference or so between really good Sparkle Pig luck and really bad luck.
Yeah, this hasn't been the greatest. I'm getting close to done. I probably have about 30 more SP. I'm going to probably overshoot just for marathon safety as well. But if I don't have the SP to level up the skills that I need, I can easily just kind of hop back in and get a few more. But I definitely want to get it right the first time. So I think I've got maybe like 3 more fights, Kyle. So if you have like 1 or 2 more donations or announcements, we can squeeze those in.
You got it. We've got $100 from an Eternal Enigma, who says, let's get Schmumbler in that meat suit. Just an update on that category. We have broken $2,000 towards that, so less than $1,000 to go. Keep them coming in. Let's see a meat suit.
I want to see what that suit is. My curiosity's been piqued.
I've heard that it's meat. And we have a $5 donation from Nox that says, the Sky Armor fights remind me of the Xenogears gear fights. I'm in. Thanks for the run, Moonblazewolf.
All right, I'm thinking this is probably the last fight, so let me see if I have the SP I need to actually level up the skills that I need here. This is looking pretty promising, so I want to make sure all of the core skills that I need are at least level 2. And it looks like we're pretty good there. So,
And just a note, I have seen that meat suit, and it is truly cursed. So you do want to get that incentive in.
oh dear. All right, 1 more level of attack up here. Yeah, I think we're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the end here. Who do I want to put there? Bethraz. Okay. We have to pay 1 more visit to TAC. So this is your last time to say thank you, TAC.
Thank you, TAC.
Thank you, TAC, for your service.
This is TAC just getting his revenge after we beat him up that one time.
He's angry now, yeah.
I don't blame him.
We should try an easier fight than TAC the Yak. How about the final boss?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. So last menu here, I want to make sure that everybody is in the right spot. Backups are actually pretty important. Backup characters, I should say. And I'm actually going to go ahead and give Len armor now because I think she suffered enough. 1 more thing I need to do here. We're going to move those Swift sandals on to Victor now because I want Victor to go first during this fight if at all possible. All right, I think we are ready to give this a go. This is actually a 3-phase boss fight. I don't want to do phase 1, so I'm just going to go ahead and run around it here. And you might notice that Killian appears to be speaking from the other side of the screen. That is plot related, and I don't want to spoil this game for people who haven't totally played it yet, so don't worry about it. Also, there are 2 other characters on our side of the screen that we haven't met. That is Eagle and Amalia with Cress, who was mentioned in one of the donations. Cress is a very, very good boy. So if you like doggos in your RPGs, definitely another reason to grab this game.
Yeah, the strategy here is going to be essentially to debuff the boss in order to deal extra earth and water damage. That's why all those moves were picked up, and it's why we're using Bethraz in the first place.
Yep. So I have a very specific sequence of things that I want to get through twice, and if I can get through the cycle twice cleanly, the boss fight should be over without
Something
too
about
much
those
trouble.
mage heads on the boss looks really familiar, but I can't quite place it.
Unfortunately, the Swift Sandals did not proc, so this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. I don't have the optimal turn order here. We're going to use Glenn's Ultra for the first time. It's kind of like an all break, and that is really important because I really, really want to make sure that I don't die, because my hit points are probably the weakest part of my build right now. All right, this is not going to do as much damage as I want, but that's just because I do not have the double buff right now. But my overdrive meter is looking good. I talked about the overdrive meter like 3 minutes into the run. This is the fight that the overdrive meter I really have to pay attention to.
Yeah, he wants to stay out of that red zone at the end because it both makes his abilities cost more and he takes more damage.
Yep. This is looking much better. I've got an agility buff here as well. And my hit points are looking pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put up my HP shield here. And if I can survive this round without too much trouble, I should be in very good shape, I would say. I'm going to actually use the light claymore here because I want to keep myself out of the overdrive. Oh, that was great. Thank you so much, game. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we got through the scary boss fight.
And there is one more phase. This was the 3-phase. Skip first phase, second phase down, third phase.
Yeah, I haven't really prepped this particular one too much. I actually do just want to die right here.
Bing bang. Huh?
Bing bang. It
Bing
sounds
bang.
familiar to me as a Final Fantasy IV player. So hopefully, this is Vayne. Vayne is kind of God. So, you know, it's an RPG.
Yeah, I mean,
we're fighting God.
Yeah, you have to fight God.
The double game over.
Yeah. Now, hold on, I have to do this right. There we go. Okay. I am not supposed to be able to use the Skyrimer fight in this fight, but I'm going to sneak it in because I don't want to do this fight the way it's intended. So, yeah, we're going to do it this way instead.
It takes a long time to do this fight as intended.
Yeah, there's like multiple cutscenes. It's a very, very epic final boss fight. Really, really satisfying if you play casually. Time is about to come up, by the way. Time. Whew.
We still need to complete the cartographer's tutorial, though.
He's going to be waiting a little while.
Yeah. Also, okay, I do want to get to the credits because I want people to be able to see things while we're wrapping up here. But I was able to kind of weave in some of my shout outs and thank yous during the run. I just want to also extend a shout out to Kplogs, who is another glitched speedrunner of this game. And has helped a lot with sort of optimizing and routing this particular category. And Anchor, who I mentioned earlier, who found pretty much all of the glitches in this run. I also want to give some shout outs to my Fastest Furs community. That means so much to me. And thank you also to the Free Enterprise community and Midwest Speedfest communities. I've had a really wonderful journey through speedrunning for the past 4 or 5 years or so. And I'm so grateful to finally be able to do a run here at GDQ, as well as help out in a more involved role backstage as well. So there are so many people that are helping out backstage to put this event on. You'll see the list of names during the credits at the end of the marathon, but it takes so much work and dedication to put this together. And I do want to give a shout out to them as well. So. Thank you for everything that you do over there in the tech station and backstage to make us all look good out here. So, to my commentators, any other shout outs or things that you want to mention here as we're wrapping up?
No, but thank you for showing me this this game because it's definitely going on my playlist for sure.
Yeah, I already have a PS4 disc pre-ordered for it.
Heck yeah.
Shout outs to Tak the Yak, by the way, too.
The real hero of the run.
Can't forget Tak the Yak.
Absolutely. There is a copy of this game, I believe, by the way, in there's like a crosscode bundle, and it does involve this game as well as Lunistis, I want to say, because those are all made by the same developer. So if you want to win a copy, make sure you donate during that whatever prize block that is that has crosscode in it. But also just go ahead and buy this game if it looks interesting to you, because it is really a labor of love by an indie developer, and they could absolutely use your support for maybe making a Chained Echoes 2 at some point in the future. So we'll see. But yeah, I think that's it for me. We'll go ahead and send it back. And thank you, everybody, for watching, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Summer Games Done Quick 2023. Let's hear it one more time for moonblazewolf and that amazing Chained Echoes run. A lot of love came in during that, including this $20 donation from Tornado and Shiloh that says, so excited for Blaze's Chained Echoes run. Woke up early just for this. Best of luck. Thank you so much for that donation. Summer Games Done Quick 2023 is going to take a little break. We will be right back. Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2023. Hello, I am THEKyleThomas. We are coming off of that amazing Chained Echoes run by moonblazewolf. I love seeing all these games that I haven't seen before. Gorgeous games, beautiful games, especially one like Chained Echoes. We had a $10 donation from Prometheus during the run that says, did you know that Chained Echoes won the German Video Game Award for Best German Video Game in 2023 about 3 weeks ago, Chef? I didn't know that. I looked it up. It's true. So if you want not only a great game, but an award-winning game, go pick up Chained Echoes. We also had a $100 donation from Deke64, who says, working for the publisher of Chained Echoes, I'm of the completely unbiased opinion that this is one of the greatest JRPGs of all time. Best of luck for your run, moonblazewolf, and huge shout-outs to Matthias for creating this gem of a game, and to Eddie for creating its banger soundtrack. And of course, shout-outs to the CE speedrunning community for helping me get it into any percent less than 3. Thank you so much for that donation. Much appreciated for that beautiful, fun game. We are getting ready for Alpha Prime by Dangerous. That'll be any minute now. Oh, we are getting excited here at Games Done Quick. We have a $100 anonymous donation. They say donation incentives with question marks are always a good bet. Put Schmumbler in the meat suit. That's right, we are trying to put Schmumbler, runner of Rows of Meat, into a meat suit. We're trying to raise $3,000 for that, and we are at $2,077, just under $1,000 left. Let's get that meat suit happening. Get those donations towards that. When you make the donation, make sure you scroll down to that bottom and put it towards an incentive, and we can get a meat suit on stage, possibly for the first time. I'd need to check the archives, but I think it's gonna be the first meat suit on stage at a Games Done Quick. Meat suit. We've got a $50 donation from Rixie. They say, having a blast at my first GDQ in person, especially because today my husband and I are here celebrating our PB of 8 years in the marriage percent category. Happy anniversary, Volk, less than 3. Happy anniversary, y'all. What a sweet donation. We've got a $20 donation from Mo Morrison. They say, heyo SGDQ, heyo Dangerous. Good luck on the Alpha Prime run. Bet it's gonna be fabulous as always. Keep up the fancy work. If you haven't seen Dangerous do a run yet, he keeps it fancy. I like this donation for $22.21 from Fairycat. They say, Dane, it's almost over. Remember, only happy tears today because you'll never have to touch this again until the next time it gets into a marathon. P.S. I'll donate another $20 if it crashes. $30 if it doesn't. And with that, we are ready to take it over to Dangerous for his Alpha Prime run. Take it away, Dangerous.